10 seconds.
You are my little angel. It's like you were made for me, like you're not even real. Like when you came into my life, you were created perfectly to fit into my world and just make my life better. So what I want you to remember, now that we're stuck in this room together and we can't go anywhere but be here together, is that that's the way it was supposed to be, honey. That this is the way it was always supposed to be. And all you have to do is whatever you want to do. And I'm going to cook and clean and wait on you. I'm going to bathe you. And you should just sit there. You don't have to get anything for yourself. You don't have to dress yourself. You don't even have to move. You can just sit there like a statue. I will massage your shoulders. I will feed you. You know what? You don't even need to pick up a spoon. You just don't even worry about opening your mouth. I will just take your lips and part them for you and shove the food inside, because you are like my very little Pinocchio, and I am your Geppetto, who will make the entire world revolve around you, my sweet, sweet thing.
Facebook, Graham, I have here to read off your Facebook feed because she loves you so much. And that way you don't have to read a thing. Allow me. Walter Johnson says, this social distancing's really getting old.
But it's not, is it? You're super happy, aren't you? Isn't it great to just have everything done for you?
Wilma Patterson says, LOL, and there's a meme attached.
Oh, look, I'll turn up the corners of your mouth for you. You don't even have to work to smile by yourself.
Franklin, this is a foreign name. I can't quite pronounce it. Yeah, right.
Von Wurstenstein. It's von Wurstenstein.
That's right. Has posted about Plandemic video.
You remember him. He was your 5th grade teacher, right? You remember him.
I'll be back for a future session soon.
I've been asked to come in and pray with you for a while. We're going to join hands, and you two kids, make sure you close your eyes while we pray. Blink 3 times fast if you want me to end your misery. Lord.
I'll take a transcription of the prayer and put it to your Facebook feed.
Here, I'll close your eyes for you.
These people are here to help. And we recognize the love that they offer and the eternal presence that they offer and the time that they've spent here day in and day out, logging the whole thing with your very own Facebook cam. And we just express our gratitude and our joy that although nothing smells very good in this room at all anymore, you're here with loved ones. Okay.
Would you like me to tag that as feeling something?
Yeah, tag it.
I'll tag it as feeling joyful.
So that was the day, kids, that I escaped. And I'm here to talk to you and your classmates about the dangers of not doing things for yourself. Because of this behavior, my muscles have atrophied. I'm unable to move my mouth in certain positions. And I have no marketable skills except to come to schools and tell you to be independent within the bounds of reason while not bullying others. I learned a valuable lesson from my parents that I was a special, special, special girl. But I don't really know why. And my wish for all of you is that you will know why. And that this school will teach you to read. Thank you.
And this is Friday night. We are the Mop and Bucket Company. That was uncomfortably bizarre. Cat, look at you sitting there in our dining room, direct from our dining room and the Mopco Improv Theater and a bunch of other locations around the capital region. It's the Mop and Bucket Company. Welcome, everybody. Hey.
I jumped my cue, Michael. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm always delighted to see your face. You know who else I'm delighted to see is the amazing, redoubtable Mr. Alex Timmis. He is in the house. How are you, man?
You know exactly how.
Yeah, I do, and God help us all.
He can't help us now.
No, it's too late. It's too late. But Troy's hanging in there. Troy's still there. Alex is still
Troy's still there. I've got a wonderful top of a parking garage that I can look out upon every day and observe the comings and goings, the drug dealings, the workouts, all of it.
That's beautiful, man. Well, I'm delighted that you are virtually here with us. And Alex, you're going to be cheered up some. We're going to do it. We are going to cheer you up. And I know who can do that is the guy who's been tickling the ivories already, Mr. Mark Merritt. Yeah.
That was a very cheery glissando, I think.
That was a cheery glissando indeed, Mark. How's everything there in your living room?
Everything is fine here.
It looks remarkably similar to last weekend.
It is what I would refer to as status quo.
Okay, and representing the status quo, that's Mark Merritt. And we have Jennifer Levenhard. Let's
Hey! That's the chick I've been working on during the pandemic.
What have you been working on?
This one.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
Hey!
The guy from Bazooka Joe. That's awesome.
Everyone
A
understands.
couple weeks in the making.
That was awesome. That was really well done. And I know your sidekick in the other part of the garage is also with us, Walt Baticki.
Hey, everybody! How are you? Hello there! Hey, you and you! And you, hey, you're beautiful! Hey, put some clothes on, you perv. Hey, hello!
You're doing okay there, buddy. What is that backdrop? What the heck is that thing?
Oh, I enlisted in the Imperial Navy. A
Oh.
guy in a robe said, I am the Senate, and he shot sparkly things, and I was impressed.
Awesome. That's tremendous. Well, you sail away for our future. And Livia Walker is in the house as well.
Hello.
He set you up with a really mighty sick character there. I congratulate you on handling that.
Oh yeah, no, I was excited. I was like, there are a bunch of different ways I could go with it, and I decided to try out the one of these.
There it was. And I know that your amazing husband, our engineer and technical tour de force, one-man amazingness is here.
Hello.
Hey, Derek, I'm so glad you're here. Derek monitors our suggestions, and I'm going to ask you for one right now. We are looking for a relationship between two people. Now, a relationship, we want something with some depth. You could say, clerk and customer, whatever. But that doesn't have depth. It ought to be two people that matter to each other, two people that know each other, where there's some stuff going on. So if you can type those into the chat, we'd really appreciate it. The game is Inner Thoughts. I'm going to ask Jen and Livia and Mark and Alex to step up to the plate. And two of these actors are going to be the Inner Thoughts. Two of them will be expressing the what we normally see and hear. We all know this. We don't always say what we think and vice versa. It doesn't make us bad people. It just makes it human. And that's what this game is about. So are you guys ready? The four of you, beautiful. Derek, do we have something?
Yes. Philosophy teacher and student.
Philosophy teacher and student. It's a deep relationship. And here we...
It's a gorgeous day out here on the patio, isn't it?
I hope she has something more interesting to talk about than the weather.
Yes, it's beautiful. It reminds me of the birth and the death of our inner child. It reminds me of being cast out of Eden and eating from the fruit of knowledge.
It is so breezy out here. I'm a little worried about my skirt.
Wow, Rebecca, every time I speak to you, I feel like I've been hit in the face with a brick of knowledge.
She's incorporating psychology, comparative mythology.
Well, I have to thank you for all of the knowledge. You've definitely opened my mind up to not just being able to look at something and see it for what it is, but to critically overanalyze it ad nauseum and, have a more difficult time sleeping. But it's better.
Wait, how bad is it to say ad nauseum? Like, is that really bad?
Ever since I last read your paper, which I reread every day, I haven't slept in... Oh, I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm not an ethics professor.
Oh, wow, that is unexpected and the greatest compliment I could hope for. I would love all of my reading to cause people not to be able to sleep.
And also to abandon their ethics.
Listen, your paper is it's like Sagan's pale blue dot. Once I read it, I felt changed. I couldn't see the world in the same way, and I feel like I can't keep you, this college can't keep you constricted anymore. You have to leave.
Curvy and supple and so soft looking.
What was that? You squished your face. It's a little breezy out here. Do you want my jacket? I'm sorry if I'm leave. I came here for this program specifically from reading your research. You want me to leave?
I don't want to leave. Wait, is he drooling? Is that drool?
Listen, I am trying to overcome my baser instincts, my baser thoughts. I don't want it to be any real part of this conversation because you are more than that. You are a mind. You are a great mind, and you deserve not just some grizzled salt and pepper professor to drool at you.
Oh God, throw it all away for her. Just live a suburban, nice, sexy life with her.
You're making that face again. Listen. I don't want to be that person who says that I'm not like the other people who are here. I don't like partying. I don't have anything to talk about with the men and women of my age. I would be remiss if I hadn't thought about living a life with a grizzled but ruggedly handsome professor or person.
Oh, there. I said it, but I never should have said that thing about ad nauseum. I think I made him literally nauseous. Oh, look at him.
Against all my instincts, I know through your teachings that I can't.
She totally wants me.
All right. I need to cut it here. I want you. And part of it is because you respect me for my brain and everything, and it has to do with your brain and everything. But the baser instincts are part of who we are. They're part of what makes us human. They're part of the whole nature and Eden and casting out and whatever, anima, animus, whatever. It's all that. I want you. Yes, it's true.
Whoa, that feels good to get that off my chest. Wow, I feel like $1,000,000. Oh, my skirt.
It was all a play, just offering a pawn so that you could take it and then I could take your queen.
No.
Embrace me now, here in the teacher's lounge.
Now! Here! Now!
All of my dreams are coming true. They don't make college movies like this, but they should.
All right. Yes, they should. And by gum, that was absolutely not what I expected. I don't know about anybody else. But that's what happens when we let those inner thoughts free. How about that? Hey,
Two consenting adults.
consenting adults, there is an ethical consideration. In fact, in some cases, that might even be criminal, but it's probably not a technical crime. Well, here's the thing. That's what we're looking for, is a crime that isn't really a crime. Like, for example, wearing white after Labor Day, or mixing plaid with stripes, that kind of thing. Something that's not really a crime, but some people would really look down on. If you could type that into the chat, we're going to play a game of objection. I have just become a judge because I'm a judgmental sort, and all of these fine people who are working with me, attorneys. And Derek Walker, do we have a suggestion at this point?
We do. I got the suggestion from someone, and it is raisins in cookies.
Oh,
Wow. Yes, Alex.
I will always stand for raisins in cookies. Raisins are nature's candy. They were meant to
Mark?
be nestled.
Raisins are an abomination.
Sustained.
Raisins take a perfectly good grape and ruin it by making it not merely dry.
Cat Coppet, I will remind the players to say objection.
objection. That's ageist. Just because raisins are wrinkled, it doesn't mean that they are any less good than
Allow it. Sustained.
young grapes. Grapes are youthful and plump and smooth. And if we don't like raisins, it is just because we're ageist, then we don't like wrinkled things as much.
Walt Patiki.
I object. I'm plump and smooth.
Overruled. Don't want to hear about it.
We have been socialized by
Jen.
skincare companies.
Objection. It's not the wrinkliness that bothers us about raisins. It's the fact that they look like flies in your cookies.
Sustained.
No, nobody. If they looked a little less insect-like and a little bit more like
Matthew
something.
Walker.
Insects are the future of our protein intake.
Sustained. I would warn you to say objection, but yes, sustained.
I object to the use of conventional meats for protein, and
Alex,
insects is
Timmons.
our future.
Objection. I'm confused on why Snowpiercer, he thought eating bugs was gross, but they ate babies.
Sustained.
Yeah, like he's sitting there like all disgusted looking at that grinder, grinding up cockroaches, but they were eating babies like a couple years ago. He did it personally.
Objection. Babies are much easier to catch than insects.
Sustained.
They're slow, they're trusting, they don't have a lot of faculties.
Objection. This is ageist. Just because babies are cute.
Overruled. You played the ageist card already. Olivia Walker.
Objection. Baby insects are a little bit sweeter than adult insects. They make for a great dessert. I would also like to say, other than protein.
Alex Timmis.
Objection. Cocoons are nature's candy. I correct myself.
Sustained.
When it's like a grape fermenting into something else. If you catch the caterpillar.
I object because Cocoon was nothing more than a Steven Gutenberg vehicle. And
Sustained.
Yeah, he, is a reason he doesn't have a career. He's a nice guy.
Objection. Cocoon was ageist in the guise of being positive against old people. It was really
overruled. You've got to get off the ageist thing. 30 seconds, folks.
And Wilford Brimley,
Alex Timmis.
Objection. I bought the pool from Cocoon off eBay.
Sustained.
I have it sunk into the Hudson River just outside of Troy. I have it lit just like the movie and scuba dive down to reenact scenes, doing all the parts.
If you scuba dive, there's some underwater insects that make for delicious seafood.
Sustained. 15 seconds.
If you're looking for a fancy surf and turf.
Objection. Lobsters are just sea scorpions.
Sustained.
It's just, you're already eating bugs, and it's the fanciest bug, so get used to it.
Objection. Lobsters look old, and that's why we don't like
the ageism thing. Overruled.
As we see the movie Lobster.
Jen Lavenhar.
Objection. Scorpios rule.
Overruled. Mark.
Objection. Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions.
Merritt wins, folks. That's it. Yes.
Well played.
Rock You Like a Hurricane indeed.
Here I am.
Words to live by. Words my mother said to me.
Yeah.
Hurricanes are the oldest weather systems.
Oh.
You are not old, darling. There is no question that is true. Hey,
no one brought that up.
You just like walked into a pit. You made a pit for yourself and then walked into it.
I'm gonna hide my video now.
Dead man.
Uh-oh.
She left altogether. Oh boy, here she is. Everything is good. Now, you know what? Kat isn't like that. She's not going to hold that against me.
No, of course not, honey.
No. See how she just took that cue? And speaking of cues, Derek, any old suggestion? What do we got for a scene that's going to be between Kat and Livia with Mark supplying some music?
Yeah, we have a motto. It is what it is.
It is what it is. And it's going to start the scene. And when I hear something that sounds like a song cue, I'm going to cue that song. And Mark's going to start to play. And one of these wonderful people is going to start to sing. Let's see how that goes.
That's convenient for you to just take no responsibility.
Yeah. I don't think I need to take any just because I live upstairs. You know, it's a separate life. It's in the same house, but it's not my fault.
That just is so obvious. It sounds to me like a song cue. It's not my fault.
Ever since I was a little girl, my mama promised me the whole wide world. And then she told me I'm the sweetest thing and nothing's gonna happen wrong to me. It's never my fault for anything. I always put the blame on another thing. If you try to pin me down, I'll find another way to make you frown. And the truth of the matter is, I'm afraid of commitment. I'm afraid of feeling like I hurt you. So I'm gonna deny fault.
Dana, I think it is your fault. If you're going to be a tap dancer and you're going to stay up all night practicing, I think you have to take responsibility for the fact that your bedroom is above mine.
I'm taking responsibility because that is going to be the thing that helps me pay the bills.
But you can't tap dance above my head every night, all night. That is like a classic terrible roommate move.
Okay,
And that's a song cue, a classic terrible roommate move.
It's a classic terrible roommate move to stay loud at night. It's a classic terrible roommate move to make me fight. Have some consideration. Just use your brain. Don't you realize that you're causing pain? Just realize what you're doing. Just see what you mean. Can't you see that we're into a relationship? It's a classic terrible roommate move. We gotta get back into the groove.
You know what? You're right. When we first moved in, things were great. You know, you were always really excited to hear about all my career stuff, and I loved hearing about all your cooking stuff and your art and stuff. And I've become selfish.
Yes. And I was interested because I had some sleep, so I had a little energy to concentrate.
Okay. Well, I understand, and I apologize, and I hope you can, you know, accept my apology.
Accept my apology.
I've always felt fine. I've never thought the blame was mine. But you're my only friend. Everyone else always leaves in the end. I never meant to hurt you like this. I've known you since we were kids. I got caught up in myself, you see. So please accept my apology. I never knew anybody who would listen, so I took advantage. You were the only one who would listen, so I just kept being loud in the attic. Please accept my apology. You're the only one who's been nice to me. I'll thank you when I win my Tony. Please accept my apology.
Of course I will, Dana. That's all I wanted. I thought you didn't care about me anymore.
No, I tap dance because I care about you. I want you to be proud of me, and I'm so impressed with how put together you are, and how you have your routines, and you have healthy relationships with your family. And
well, now we both have our routines. Hey,
and this is the Head and Shoulders dance number. Now we both have our routines.
don't you show me? I'll follow you.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. You're going to be a star.
Oh my God, you're so good at it.
And thank you, wonderful singers. Thank you, wonderful keyboardists. Thank you, wonderful audience. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Absolutely great. That's our first online dance routine, isn't it? Yep.
I don't know.
I think so. Well, maybe not. No, there was some choral action a couple of weeks ago, I guess. That's right.
We had I think Jen did a interpretive dance for us once in her dance studio.
Well, right now, these folks are all at home, just like you, the audience. I'm on the stage of the Mopco Improv Theater, a place that I dearly love, and I hope maybe some of you do too. And we're going to try to keep it open through all this weirdness until whatever thing happens next, we return to some kind of live theater. You can help if you want. And that's by going to mopco.org and clicking on the big red button that says buy a ticket. You can use it. You can give it a class right now. Did I say classes? Well, we got a lot of class, don't we, guys? Yes. And you are currently unemployed because of the COVID crisis. You don't have to pay for a class. You can make $1 donation and take a class if you want, because we really believe that we are. It's a cliche, but it's true. We're all in this together. So if you want to support the Mopco, check out those 2 ways you can possibly do it. Is it next weekend? It is. We have a storytelling event, Dare to Be Human Stories. I'm telling a story. My daughter Willow is telling a story. We're both telling stories on the same night. That's going to be very interesting. And 3 other wonderful storytellers as well. And there's stuff going on every Friday and Saturday night. We have some newbie with us tomorrow night. We're gonna check him out, so you might want to drop by. His name is what's his name? Colin. Do you know what? I am terrified I'm going to mispronounce this guy's last name. Colin Mockery. Did I do it right? Nod your head if I said it right. Did I? Yes? Okay, good. And commercial's over. Let's get back to the show. What do you say? It's time for a crime. A deep, dark, terrible crime. A crime that's been committed.
What?
And it's like... It's not an actual crime. It's something that's a crime against decorum. It's a crime against common sense. It's a crime of whatever. If somebody could give us that kind of suggestion. Something tells me I kind of went up this hill before asking for a crime, and we got something that would lead to actual incarceration. No, not a real crime. And we want people to pick which one of these 3 improvisers that are on the screen with Derek and myself is the criminal. Derek, if you get an indication from our audience which one of these 3 is the criminal, let us know. How about that?
I will do that.
I think Walt is lobbying for himself. I feel like you're putting yourself in a position. Maybe it's just that since you joined the Imperial Navy. I don't know. Maybe it's just you're a little different.
I get it, man.
Look at this face.
Walt's our criminal. Doesn't matter, Derek. We got it.
We gotta vote for Walt. We gotta vote for Walt. It's valid.
Gotta vote for Walt. It's valid. So, Walt, you need to not allow yourself to hear anything at all. All right. And Walt, can you just Walt, make a little song and stuff while you're doing that, so we sure make a little song and stuff so we know you really can't hear.
Oh, Calcutta.
Yeah, that's good. And so, what is the crime, Derek?
The crime. This is a Facebook suggestion. Typing in caps lock only.
Yeah.
You did that.
And he had an accomplice, didn't he?
He had an accomplice. Previous president of the United States, Barack Obama.
Previous president of the United States, Obama was his accomplice. And what was this terrible?
This took place right around the corner in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah, I get deli sandwiches there.
Yes.
Right. So We got this, guys. You want to recap it and make sure that you...
Yeah, so he was typing in all caps in the Bermuda Triangle with former President Barack Obama.
Right, I'm out here.
Okay. Hey, you goofball! You take your hands out of your ears.
Why do you wait? I got a right to an attorney and a phone call.
Yeah.
A cup of decent coffee.
Maybe he really can't help it. It seems like he is just at the same level all the time.
I don't think it's just an expression. It's just a physical expression.
It's an expression. Oh,
It's less an expression and more a function.
Like I'm expressing something?
I don't know if it's inadvertently or advertently, but our eyes and our ears all hurt from it. Okay?
Am I being accused of being loud?
Well, we don't know, because it's just all the time.
Is it, boy, did the ears hurt because of the thing I do, huh?
Well, it's sort of like it's digital, so it goes through my eyes, but I feel it in my ears. I feel it in my ears.
Because I do like the crazy wackadoo on the video?
Maybe a little bit of crazy wackadoo, and then a miserrant pinky just seems to slap down on it. Next thing you know, you're bound in. You can't help yourself. It's all one level.
Every word. There's no emphasis. There's no subtlety. There's no tone. It's all just loud.
Because I scat? Because I scat?
Maybe if the cat walks across the keyboard, perhaps, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Okay.
No, we're not scatting, but your QWERTY could use some work, all right?
My typing?
Oh, now we're getting somewhere.
If you want to call it typing, yeah.
My hitting the keys is too loud?
It's not just the keys, it's the size. It's the size. You know, some cases are tougher than others to crack.
Well, I mean, he's got a pretty poor example, right? The leadership, it all rolls downhill, you know?
Yeah.
He's got a bad example.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's obvious where you got it from, you've been following who on Twitter, but that doesn't make it okay.
Right? Did it start with shift, huh?
I tweet too much?
Oh, I mean, that's part of it.
It's tweets, it's emails, it's even that time that you wrote a letter. It's all one note and it's all loud.
My ringtone? Getting bothered?
I don't know.
Like when you learned cursive, was it all just, you didn't learn the lower lines? It was all just the big ones?
I'm using a font that's bugging everybody.
Hey, I'm sorry, Sarge. I didn't realize you had, excuse me. I'll find a different room to use.
Would you keep that patted down, just put in place? That hat?
Yeah. Show some respect. That doesn't belong on your head inside a courtroom, does it? Or an interrogation room, even. Could you see that guy with that thing on his head?
He had a... Oh, I type in all caps!
Oh,
well, yes. I want people to read it from far away. That's it. I gotta do caps. I can't afford boldface fonts. They're way too out of my budget.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's all part of the mystery, right? Huh?
Well,
Is that just all it? Get a part of the allure?
What? What?
Oh, you didn't want to have a clear answer, right? It's just this mysterious little zone, this mysterious little thing you like to keep to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, cause Because I got secrets. I keep secrets.
Oh, it's a secret, all right. No one's been able to crack it.
An enigma?
Yes, it is an
A
enigma.
riddle? A quandary? A puzzle?
Absolutely.
A poser?
Yep.
Quandary of a geometric variety.
Ah.
Oh, now you think you know, huh?
Sometimes it kind of rings a little bell, like ding, but then it's gone. And sometimes it makes me hungry. Like
A
feels like
triangle?
for dinner.
I beat a triangle?
Oh, you didn't quite beat it. No one's been able to sort it out. Some people think it's gas bubbling up from the sand underneath. Some think it's aliens.
Yeah.
You know, because the flights out there are really cheap. Because they're all one way.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you had a guy that knew how to get there, right? Because once you get all those secret files, you learn all the secrets once you learn the Roswell stuff.
Oh, he had high-level intel, this guy. The highest.
Yeah, well, information is power, and I'm connected.
Yeah. All the way up to the top.
All the way up to the top, because, me and Barack Obama there, we've... You're kidding me!
Say it again. Say it again for me for the recorder.
All right, fine. You got me. I type messages, all caps, all the time. And you're in a triangle with my good friend and confidant, Barack Obama.
We got him.
Yes.
I can't believe I got Barack Obama right there. Boom.
Absolutely wonderful. That was fantastic. Derek, I tip my hat to you, and Walt to you, and Alex to you, and Jen to you. Yes, indeed.
Nice.
All right. Hey, it's time for Derek to give some of us a visual cue for a few monologues. People who know the movie Red Violin know about one object that, it's called object permanence. It sticks around through time, and it may go through more than one owner. And let's see what happens when Derek gives me a cue. You can sum them up when they walk into the room. You know a mark because they got a sort of a swagger, a sort of a false projection of competence that is easy to spot. And boy, can you spot it. And then they just wheel on over the table and they affect boredom as they watch a hand or two. The important thing is to just focus on your cards. Let your peripheral vision work. Size them up without letting them know that they've already lost, whatever their stake is. Now, sometimes you may want to let a fish through your net. There's a certain thing combined with that insincere kind of false confidence. It's a sort of a surly arrogance that means that this is the kind of bad loser that's going to reach for a fixed gun. And you don't want to kill anybody. You just want to make a little money. This is a profession. I don't care what you think. So you keep your emotions out of it. And if it looks right, you look up and you say, hey, feel like a hand or two there, cowboy? You know what to do from there on in. Yeah.
Now these are a deck of playing cards from the original Palm Casino. They're said to have been spilt blood on it by Jimmy the Wings Balsetti, a famous mobster in Vegas at the time. Now a man I played a game of cards with told me this story, told me the history of these cards. And with these cards, we will reveal a secret. Now, one of you, please step forward. Yes, you, young man, please select a card for me. Do not show the card to me, because Mr. The Wings Valsetti will be the one doing the magic here tonight. I'm certain we have not met before tonight. No, we have not. And your card was the Jack of Diamonds. The Jack of Diamonds was... Did you notice anything strange about the card when you saw it? No. Well, would you be surprised to see that the Jack of Diamonds is now covered in blood? That's right. Bought that for $1,000. Original palm deck of cards. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
I stole these cards and I've been doing tricks. Like on the street. Like for money. So I'll take the cards that I stole and I'll kind of like sidle up to people and be like, psst. And they're like, oh, I would be scared, but I'm not scared. And I say, hey, do you want to see a trick? And they say, what kind of trick? And then, so here's what I do. I have a big trench coat on. So they're like, oh no. But I just go like this. And I take out the cards. Normal clothes, everything. But just there's a pocket in there. And I take out the cards. And I figured out a trick. Where every time they pick it, it's the one with the little blood on it. The Jack of Diamonds. Now, I've done this trick so many times. They give me like $1 for doing it. I sneak up on people and they give me $1 for freaking them out after I stole these cards. The blood kind of wore off, so I sort of had to replace it. But the thing was, it was like, I was gonna use mine just like a little bit from like picking hangnails and stuff. I'm kind of anxious, so I do that. So that would be fine. But ever since I got these cards, stole these cards, I've had this kind of impulse to kind of sidle up to people and say, hey, you want to see a trick? And then I say, whoa, I'm supposed to be scared of you. And then I say, will be. And I kill him. And I use their blood. And then I do another trick and I get another $1. It's kind of amazing. I guess I'm kind of turning into like a murderer. Ooh.
Yes, friends, these are the outer limits. Do not adjust your laptop. All right, wonderful, thank you. And it's time for a quick speed round. Are we up for that, folks? I'm going to grab the first object. Speed round is, well, it's a speed round. I think you're going to understand as soon as we get it started. So let's see if we can go here right now.
My eyes! My eyes!
The original black and white Pepsi logos.
Wally! Wally!
Apparently a cure for COVID, according to the president.
It doesn't seem to fix the problem I'm having with Windows 10, no matter how much I use.
If I just get them clean enough, it will be almost the same as being outside.
Just, okay, you're not responding to water. Get off the counter. Off the counter.
So what? I just like put it in and turn it?
Who's this to try to get that toaster oven to work?
Some carrots can rust.
Well, I named my first son Philip. Why can't I name my other son Flathead?
I found this. I'm going to sit on it, and I think it's going to hatch. An alien.
Yeah, that's you can have that. I'll mark it down to 350. It's only been used by 4 members of the family already going through accidents with it.
Tell me again the story about when I fell off the bicycle without my hat.
We're going through hyperspeed.
I really need to carb up before swimsuit season, I think. That's what I need to do.
Do you want nachos with your fish and chips and poppers?
Rudolph was my favorite reindeer, so we've kept his nose all these years.
This is not an effective cheese grater, Charles.
I have the perfect colander for that single serving of pasta you're boiling.
And
It's this one.
yes. That's right. Darn rootin' tootin' right. So, folks, I think we are going to see if Derek can guide Walt and Alex and Livia and Jen for a quick game of arms through. Derek, can you help these guys out?
Yes, I can. And once I see this, a suggestion we have for this scene is veterinarian. And the assignments that you have. Walt, you are the body for Alex. And Jen, you are the body for Livia.
Yeah, I'd like you to look at my toy iguana. He's very small. Let me get him out of my shirt sleeve.
Oh, you're okay. Toy iguana?
It's a toy iguana. It's a miniature iguana. I've been breeding them. Basically, you take one iguana and then you take another iguana, and then the rest of it, I guess. I'm sorry, I get a little embarrassed when I get into the details.
Oh no,
I'll just leave it
absolutely
at
no!
that.
Please stop with the details.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm a professional, I can imagine. Yes. Go ahead and hand it over to me.
All right, here he is. His name is Leonard.
Leonard.
And he's a doctor, and he's been having trouble seeing lately and making his prescriptions. Let me show you his glasses. As you can notice, I've taken small bits of glass and looped a paper clip around them very tightly. And these have been serving as his glasses until now.
Yeah, I must say you've done a magnificent job. I'm going to bring it closer to my face to take a closer look even at him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I have to say, I'm just going to lower him back down here. You've done incredible work, first of all, with creating this miniature, this toy. It's incredible, really.
Yeah.
And your work on his eyes, on his eyeglasses you're taking my breath away.
I made some very special tools. Let me take them out here. This first one this first one. Let me use it first, and then I'll show you. I'll tell you what it does.
Okay.
This is a miniature Phillips head. It's very, very small. I'm screwing. Ooh, ouch! Ooh, that hurt. that screw went right into my finger. Ow! Ooh, there's a little blood there. Let me just get that blood up into. Oh, here we go. All right.
Let me grab you a Band-Aid really quick. Oh, he's crawling up my arm. I'm assuming that's fine. He can hang out on my shoulder here.
Oh, let me, geez. Well, luckily I've got a Band-Aid in the other pocket here, so let me bandage myself up here, and then I'll collect the doctor.
Okay, here, let me try and get him back in my hand here. I don't want to.
Okay, don't startle him.
Why? What would happen if I startled him?
If you startle him, then he will go for, he will try to hide, and he is small enough that he can't fit inside your ear canal. And he will make a home there. He'll make an office, and next thing you know, he's taking house calls in your ear.
Wow. Well,
it's happened to me. Let me pull out one of my little knock here.
On your ear, you've got
knock on my ear. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me see. Here he comes. Let me show you this.
He came there. Oh, I startled him.
Sorry. Oh. Yep. Sorry. That's how. Let me put him back up here.
Wow.
That's Steven. He's an optometrist. He actually helped me develop the glasses for Leonard.
Oh, well, can he help fix the glasses if we can get Leonard out of my ear?
Well, let me get him, and then maybe they can talk.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I'll work on my ear. Let's see. I don't know if I have any tiny
He's coming
tools.
out.
I guess I'll just use my hand. Here, it's okay, Leonard. I was just shocked by your optometrist friend. Okay, got him by the tail.
Sometimes you have to give a copay first, and then he'll come out.
Thank you for all those insurance folks out there. Make life so much better for all of us with their copays and their little toy iguanas. It's been another Mop and Bucket Company show, and we made it through, guys! Yay! Every time we do a show, we learn something. Jen Lavenhar, what have we learned tonight?
Oh, I learned never let an iguana in your ear on the first date.
Really good advice. Derek Walker, how about you?
Oh, man, I learned that the plastic basket that I just purchased to grind some cheese up is not going to work as well as I'd hoped.
That's a bummer. I hate it when that happens. Mark Merritt, you're a learned kind of fellow.
I learned things tonight. I learned one extra reason to say no thank you when someone offers to do a magic trick on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, if you see that guy that does all those specials, just run away. And Walt, you've undoubtedly learned a great deal.
Oh, I have learned that sometimes murder is a magic trick.
Well, you're scaring me more every week, and I think
a trick, Michael?
Nope, they don't.
It's just fantastic. That's beautiful. Alex Timmis, you're another learned fellow. What have you learned this evening?
Oh, I also learned that that person in a trench coat might not be a flasher. They might just be a murderer.
Beautiful. Livia, you had an effect on people. That's obvious. Did you as well learn from them?
Well, what I learned, speaking of having an effect, is that we've seen 2 at-home kitty cats during this throughout the show, and I have learned, or at least had it reinforced, that when I see a kitty cat, everything else kind of like blurs away around me, and there's just kind of like a halo around the kitty cat, and everything else just kind of stops. So
I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Yeah,
yes, I share that.
On screen.
And the aptly named cat Coppet. What have we learned?
We've learned that I can secretly disappear and everything will be fine without me.
That's right. You dropped out of the show for 5 minutes, didn't you? And came back in, sent us some private chat. We got back together.
Nobody cared. Nobody noticed. Nothing went wrong. And that's the
Nobody did.
I noticed.
That is the way it should be when you are with your friends and everybody has your back.
There you go. And I'll tell you what I learned. Yeah, Derek.
Oh, we have one thing learned from an audience member. They learned that they missed all of us, and it is Mary Darcy.
Mary,
We miss you, Mary Darcy.
A lot of people out there, and we miss them all. And that's sort of like what I've learned. I've learned that this place that I'm standing, this stage I'm standing on, I love it, but it's nothing without the people. Without you guys I'm improvising with tonight, and the other ones who are watching. I love y'all. So,
Hey, Michael, is there a way to support the theater during quarantine?
you know, you could buy a gift card at mopco.org or take a class or just enjoy our shows. All three of those are perfectly good ways to support us. And if you're unemployed, you can take a class for whatever you can afford. So how about that? Thanks for asking, Jen. We are the Mop and Bucket Company. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, just tell everybody that you're not seeing right now because you're locked in just like us. Thank you. Have a
Tell your
wonderful night,
cats.
everybody. Yay!
Show us your cats.
Good night.